What if I told you the next crypto project at 20x, 50x, maybe even 100x isn't coming out of Asia or Europe, but right here in the United States? Sounds bold, right? But stick with me, because in this chapter of Made in USA Crypto, we're uncovering US-based projects that most people have never even heard of. And here's the kicker. Some of them are already solving problems that Bitcoin and Ethereum still struggle with today. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you this. Do you want to be the person who finds out about the next big crypto project early, or the one who hears about it after the hype is gone? If your answer is early, then you're in the right place. And to make sure you never miss these deep dives, go ahead and hit subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join the CryptoClarity family. Because what we're about to explore, scalable proof-of-work systems, decentralized cloud networks, tokenized real-world assets, could completely reshape how we think about digital finance. So grab your seat, because this ride into American blockchain innovation starts right now. All right, let's kick things off with a project that hardcore crypto miners love, and developers are starting to take very seriously. It's called Kaspa. Now, here's the crazy part. Kaspa has figured out how to do something Bitcoin can't. Instant confirmations with proof of work. Wait, instant confirmations and proof of work? That's supposed to be impossible, right? Most blockchains have to sacrifice either speed, scalability, or security. But Kaspa, it flips that trade-off on its head. Here's how. Instead of using a traditional blockchain structure, Kaspa runs on a block DAG system powered by the Ghost DAG protocol. In simple terms, it's like Bitcoin on steroids. You can pump out one block every single second without giving up security. And get this, because of the fast block rate, miners don't have to stress about joining giant mining pools just to stay profitable. That means more decentralization, less central control, and a healthier network. Now here's a thought experiment. Kaspa currently sits at a $3 billion market cap. If it ever reached $60 billion in a bull run, that's a potential 20x jump. Pure speculation, of course, but it shows why people are buzzing about it. But the real question is this. Could Kaspa's unique design make it the first proof-of-work coin that truly scales? Stick around, because the next project we're covering, Render, takes us out of the mining world and straight into the future of 3D rendering, AI, and the metaverse. And trust me, you don't want to miss how that ties into crypto. Now let me ask you this. When was the last time you watched a Pixar movie, played a high-end video game, or explored the metaverse? Chances are, all of that relied on 3D rendering, one of the most resource-hungry processes in tech. Here's the problem. Rendering takes massive amounts of GPU power. Studios and creators either wait forever or pay insane costs to get their projects done. But what if I told you there's a crypto project that turns any computer with a graphics card into part of a global rendering supercomputer? That's exactly what Render is doing. Instead of relying on centralized companies, Render uses blockchain to connect creators with a distributed network of GPUs. Artists, designers, even AI developers can tap into this network to render their projects faster, cheaper, and more securely. And it gets even better. The Render token keeps this whole ecosystem alive. Holders can rent out their computing power, earn rewards, or use tokens to buy GPU resources for their own projects. It's like Uber for rendering, but powered by blockchain. Now here's where it gets exciting. Render isn't just about movies and video games. Think AI model training, VR experiences, scientific visualization, anything that needs serious GPU horsepower. As AI continues exploding, the demand for rendering is only going up. The numbers? Render sits at a $2.5 billion market cap. But if adoption takes off, some speculate it could one day climb to $70 billion. That's a 28x potential run. Again, pure speculation, but the upside is clear. So here's the big question. Will Render become the backbone of digital creativity and AI rendering? Stick with me, because the next project, Ono Finance, takes us from digital worlds back into the real world by tokenizing real assets like never before. And this one could completely change how traditional finance connects with crypto. All right, time to bring crypto back down to earth. Let me ask you, what's the one thing that's still holding crypto back from mainstream adoption? It's volatility. One day your portfolio's up 30%, The next day, it's down 40%. That's why stablecoins became so popular. They bridge traditional finance with blockchain. But here's the twist. Ono Finance isn't just making another stablecoin. They're going way bigger by tokenizing real-world income-generating assets. Think bonds, funds, even traditional investments that people already trust, but on blockchain rails. And Ono isn't flying solo here. They're partnering with heavyweights like BlackRock, Citi, JP Morgan, and State Street. Yeah, you heard that right. Some of the biggest names in traditional finance are connected to what Ono is building. The system is split into two engines: the asset management arm, which creates tokenized financial products; the tech arm, which builds the decentralized protocols that run them. That's key, because once these protocols are live, they operate independently, without Ono's control. That means true decentralization, something we don't see often when TradFi meets crypto. Now imagine this. Ono has a $3 billion market cap today. But if real-world asset tokenization becomes the next big wave in crypto, Ono could potentially ride that to $60 billion. That's a 20x move. But here's the real question. Could Ono be the bridge that finally gets Wall Street and Main Street to embrace blockchain at scale? Don't go anywhere, because the next project, Injective, is about to show you how decentralized finance is leveling up with serious infrastructure and deep liquidity. And if you thought DeFi was yesterday's news, Injective might just change your mind. DeFi was supposed to revolutionize finance, but let's be real. Most decentralized exchanges are slow, clunky, and sometimes downright unusable. So here's the big question. What if there was a project designed to fix those flaws from the ground up? That's where Injective comes in. Built on the Cosmos SDK, Injective isn't just another DeFi app. It's a whole financial toolkit for developers. Think of it like the backbone where anyone can build decentralized trading platforms, derivatives, lending protocols, you name it. But here's what makes it different. Injective doesn't just build in isolation. Thanks to Cosmos IBC, inter-blockchain communication, Injective-based protocols can talk to each other. That means deep liquidity, faster transactions, and a DeFi system that actually works together instead of competing in silos. Oh, and remember the nightmare of front-running bots, those high-frequency traders who jump ahead of your orders? Injective solves that with frequent batch auctions, protecting users and making trading fair again. The project is backed by some serious players too. Binance, Jump Crypto, and Pantera Capital. Plus a $150 million ecosystem fund to supercharge growth. Right now, Injective sits at a $1.2 billion market cap, but some believe it could climb as high as $30 billion in a bull cycle. That's a 25x move if it happens. So here's the million-dollar question. Could Injective become the go-to backbone for all of DeFi? Stick around, because the next project, Akash, takes us beyond finance and into the world of decentralized cloud computing. And if you thought AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure had this market locked up, wait until you see what Akash is building. Let's step outside of finance for a second and talk about something even bigger: cloud computing. Think about it. Today, the cloud is dominated by giants like Amazon AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure. They control the servers, they control the prices, and you're stuck paying whatever they say. But what if cloud computing could be decentralized, faster, cheaper, and open to anyone? That's exactly what Akash is building. Here's how it works. Akash takes unused computing power from providers around the world and redistributes it through a decentralized marketplace. Businesses and developers can bid on that unused power, getting cloud services at a fraction of the cost. Meanwhile, providers earn profit from their idle resources. It's a win-win. The tech behind it? Built on the Cosmos SDK, secured with delegated proof of stake and powered by Akash's native token, AKT. This token runs governance, incentivizes participation, and fuels the whole ecosystem. And get this, because it's open source and decentralized, Akash can actually undercut the prices of centralized cloud giants. We're talking massive savings, full transparency, and no single company in control. Right now, Akash is valued around $400 million, but if decentralized cloud infrastructure takes off, some speculate it could hit $25 billion. That's a potential 62x upside. Now let me ask you, if the internet itself went decentralized, wouldn't the cloud have to follow? Before we jump into our next project, do me a quick favor. If you're getting value from this breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the rest of our deep dives here on CryptoClarity. Because up next, we're looking at Clearpool, the world's first decentralized credit marketplace. And trust me, you've never seen lending and borrowing in crypto explained like this. Clearpool lets institutions borrow directly on-chain, and lenders like you and me can decide exactly which borrowers to fund. No middlemen, no banks. It's transparent, decentralized, and gives investors the freedom to choose their own risk and reward levels. The twist? These are unsecured loans, no collateral required. Instead, borrowers' creditworthiness and profiles are evaluated, giving it a real-world credit market feel. Borrowers open individual pools. Lenders deposit into the pools they trust. Interest rates are set through the Clearpool Oracle network, and everything runs on the project's native token, CPOOL, used for staking, governance, and powering the ecosystem. It's DeFi meets Wall Street but fully decentralized. Launched in 2022, Clearpool started with a few pools backed by big names like Wintermute and FBG Capital. Fast forward to 2024, and it's already rolling out. Term pools for predictable lending, credit vaults for diversification, fintech borrowers, and multi-chain expansion so it's not locked to one blockchain. And the roadmap, even bigger, with exchange-traded pools, new staking models, and advanced credit reporting. Traditional credit markets are worth trillions. Most DeFi lending so far? Over-collateralized loans, not practical in real finance. Clearpool changes that by offering institutional unsecured lending on-chain. This could open the door to a massive new DeFi sector that mirrors real-world credit, but with transparency, decentralization, and global access. Clearpool's current market cap is only $120 million. If decentralized credit markets explode, some believe it could climb toward $20 billion. That's a speculative 167x potential upside. Not financial advice, but a glimpse of what's possible. Of course, unsecured lending carries risk if borrowers default. Everything hinges on reliable credit assessments and regulatory clarity. But Clearpool is positioning itself carefully to align with evolving regulations, which might give it an edge. So, could Clearpool be the future of decentralized credit? It's definitely one of the most ambitious US-based blockchain projects right now. Next up, meet Propy, the platform bringing real estate transactions on-chain with NFTs, tokenization, and secure property transfers. If blockchain can transform real estate, Propy might be the one leading the charge. Propy is a blockchain-based real estate platform built on Coinbase's base chain. Its mission? To make property transactions faster, safer, and fully digital. Instead of stacks of paperwork, legal delays, and risks like deed fraud, Propy puts property ownership on the blockchain, secured, transparent, and accessible to anyone with an internet connection. One of Propy's standout features is Propy Keys. This allows users to mint real estate addresses as NFTs. These NFTs act as digital property titles, reducing fraud risks. Owners can stake them, unlock token rewards, and even gamify real estate with challenges and community features. Propy has already seen over 150,000 addresses minted, with a goal of millions more. On top of that, Propy also experiments with AI-generated NFT landmarks, turning iconic buildings into digital collectibles. This combines serious real estate with fun, gamified elements that bring in both investors and collectors. Here's why Propy could be a game-changer. Real estate is one of the least digitized industries left. Transactions are slow, expensive, and vulnerable to fraud. By tokenizing property ownership, Propy can make buying and selling homes as easy as sending crypto. And with NFT-based property deeds, ownership becomes transparent and verifiable worldwide. It's not just about homes. This model could eventually expand into commercial real estate, global property trading, and even fractional ownership, letting anyone invest in real estate with small amounts. Propy isn't just theory. It's backed by big names like Cathie Wood and Tim Draper. It's integrated into base chain for scalability, and it's already attracting real buyers, sellers, and investors. The vision is bold, bringing trillions of dollars of real estate on-chain, while making property ownership more accessible, secure, and decentralized. Right now, Propy's market cap sits around $50 million. If on-chain real estate adoption accelerates, some speculate it could grow to $5 billion or more. That's a potential 100x upside, purely speculative, not financial advice. But it shows just how big the opportunity is if Propy succeeds in digitizing even a fraction of the real estate market. Of course, there are challenges: regulatory hurdles around property rights and NFTs, adoption barriers in an industry known for being slow to innovate, and competition from traditional players who might resist blockchain disruption. But if Propy can navigate these challenges, it could secure a first-mover advantage in one of the world's largest markets. So, will Propy become the go-to platform for buying, selling, and owning property on-chain? It's one of the boldest US-based blockchain projects out there, and if it delivers, real estate may never look the same again. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. Because up next we're looking at Aerodrome, a next-gen DeFi platform on Base Chain that's powering liquidity for the entire ecosystem. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into Aerodrome next. What about powering liquidity for the fastest-growing blockchain ecosystem? That's where Aerodrome comes in, a next-gen DeFi liquidity platform built on Base Chain. If Base is the highway, Aerodrome is the engine that keeps everything moving. Let's break it down. Aerodrome is a decentralized exchange and liquidity hub built on Base Chain. Think of it as the beating heart of DeFi on Base, providing liquidity for traders, investors, and protocols. It's based on Velodrome V2, a proven DeFi tech stack, but upgraded with new features like concentrated liquidity for more efficient trading, automated voting systems, and even a unique NFT marketplace tied to governance. Aerodrome runs on two tokens: AERO, the utility token used for liquidity incentives, AERO, an NFT governance token. By locking AERO, users receive AERO, giving them the power to vote on emissions and earn rewards. This system isn't just for traders. It empowers the community to decide where incentives flow, making Aerodrome user-driven and flexible. Liquidity providers earn AERO by adding liquidity, while traders benefit from low slippage and fees. At the same time, protocols on Base can bootstrap liquidity quickly by incentivizing AERO voters. Base is Coinbase's Layer 2 blockchain, and it's growing faster than almost any other chain this year. For Base to thrive, it needs a reliable liquidity layer, and that's exactly what Aerodrome provides. By being the central liquidity hub, Aerodrome doesn't just serve traders. It becomes the backbone of the entire Base DeFi ecosystem. The more protocols launch on Base, the stronger Aerodrome's flywheel effect becomes. Here's where it gets interesting. As AERO's price rises, liquidity providers earn more, so they add even more liquidity. More liquidity attracts more traders, increasing protocol revenue. More people lock their AERO to get AERO governance power. That drives more incentives and participation, creating a self-reinforcing growth loop. It's a cycle that strengthens Aerodrome's role as the liquidity engine of Base. Right now, Aerodrome has a market cap of around $500 million, but if Base continues its explosive growth, Aerodrome could scale with it. Some speculate it could reach $25 billion. That's a hypothetical 50x potential upside. Of course, that's purely speculative and not financial advice, but it shows how massive the opportunity could be. Like all DeFi projects, Aerodrome faces risks: heavy reliance on Base's long-term success, competition from other liquidity protocols, and governance challenges as more users get involved. But if Base keeps expanding and Coinbase continues to push adoption, Aerodrome is positioned as the default liquidity layer. So will Aerodrome become the cornerstone of DeFi on Base? It already looks like the engine powering one of the fastest-growing ecosystems in crypto. And there you have it, 8 powerful homegrown crypto projects making waves in the US blockchain space. From Kaspa's lightning-fast POW network, to Render's GPU-powered metaverse engine, to Ono's real-world asset tokenization, and game-changing platforms like Clearpool, Propy, and Aerodrome. Each one represents innovation, security, and the spirit of American entrepreneurship driving digital finance forward. Now remember, none of this is financial advice. but it's clear that these projects could play a major role in shaping the next crypto cycle. The question is, which one do you think has the best shot at explosive growth? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. If you found this breakdown valuable, here's what to do next. Smash that like button so more people can discover these projects. Hit subscribe and join our growing community here at CryptoClarity. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive. Because in crypto, timing is everything. We've got plenty more US-based projects to cover, along with global innovations that could completely reshape the market. So stick around. The best is yet to come. This is CryptoClarity, bringing you clear, simple, and powerful insights into the world of crypto. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.